Product. It's July 7th, and you'll hear about what's coming to stores, and not much more, this week in Star Wars. This Week in Star Wars is your source for new and noteworthy developments from the galaxy far, far away. I'm your host, Matt Fox. And now, this week's lead stories. I hope you got paid, because there's not much going on this week except for new product announcements that we can expect to see in stores later this year or at Comic-Con later this month. In addition to already announced exclusives from Gentle Giant, Hasbro, and Sideshow at the annual Southern California gathering of pop culture enthusiasts, we now have word that Entertainment Earth and Toys R Us will be having a joint shared exclusive, which is a Republic Commando battle pack, which features what appear to be re-sculpted versions of the video game protagonists, as well as a Geonosian warrior for them to kill. The pack will be available at the Entertainment Earth booth in Comic-Con, and will also be available online from Toys R Us after the show. Acme Archives will also be having Comic-Con exclusives. They are launching a new series of their popular character keys, this featuring prequel characters. The first in this series is Darth Maul. It will be available at the show, but is available for pre-order to attendees at the Acme Archives website for $30, and it is limited to 500 pieces. This is in addition to other pieces of Star Wars exclusive art that Acme Archives will be selling at the show, all of which can be seen on their website. While we expect Hasbro, as usual, to have quite an information dump at the Comic-Con of product that we can expect to see over the next 6 months, and a preview of what we can expect to see in 2012, some new information has begun leaking out already. Entertainment Earth has posted for sale a Mandalorian gunship vehicle in the $20 to $25 vehicle price range, and images leaked out this week in Previews magazine of a Y-Wing Scout Bomber mini-rig tile vehicle, which should be available in stores later this year, and will retail in the $15 to $20 price range, depending upon where you shop. If you're anxious to get your hands on new Hasbro product immediately, good luck with that, but there are reports of new vehicles hitting various locales in the States. This includes the only recently revealed and still not yet officially confirmed vintage packaged B-Wing bomber, which is a Kmart exclusive and has been found for $39. The midsize vehicle AV-7 cannon has also been found. And at last, after months of waiting, new figures, specifically the Wave 7 of the vintage collection, seem to be showing up with some hesitating regularity at Targets and Toys R Us's across the land. In just over a week, we will be witness to the annual display of cutthroat when-it-all-costs, no-hold-barred barbarism that is known as Hallmark Keepsake Ornament Premiere Weekend. As usual, there are a number of new Star Wars ornaments available this year, and as usual, many of them, I assure you, will be available for half price on December 26th. But in the meantime, there is a limited run exclusive to the Hallmark Stores ornament that will be available during the premiere weekend, and this year it is none other than Bounty Hunter Bossk. So get out your elbow pads and whacking sticks and get ready to do battle with the Blue-Hairs in a contest that will rival anything seen later that week in San Diego. Do you like C-3PO a lot? Sideshow has put up for order their C-3PO life-size bust for $650 plus shipping. Edition size has yet to be announced, but it is expected to ship in the third quarter of this year, which technically begins in 3 weeks. For reasons that are not entirely clear, Sweet Lady H has decided to trump itself with announcements of new product and new product images just a few weeks before their own Comic-Con announcements. Available for viewing on most collecting websites are images of the upcoming Blu-ray commemorative sets, which have been seen before, 2 new Clone Wars battle packs, Stop the Zillo Beast and Capture of the Droids, new Clone Wars figures, including the Stealth Ops clone, Commander Jet, and the repackaged Hondo Ohnaka. There are new cartridge images of the upcoming Vintage Collection figures for Ponda Baba and the Hoth Rebel Trooper, both of which actually feature new card art rather than reproductions of the original vintage card art for those figures, as well as the next mail-in exclusive prototype Boba Fett, as well as new images of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive multi-pack Revenge of the Jedi figure set, which comes in the snazzy cardboard Death Star. And lastly, there is the rumored and now confirmed Target exclusive battle pack, which features a new Tauntaun, as well as a Hoth Rebel Trooper and Hoth Han Solo in a blue coat. No word on when these products will be in stores, but they can be expected soon, no doubt. Toys and collectibles aren't the only thing you can spend your money on. July 12th, next Tuesday, sees the release of Robot Chicken Star Wars Episode 3 on DVD and Blu-ray. And Amazon.co.uk has given us the first visuals of the inside of the Star Wars Saga Blu-ray set. Shown in the photo are the booklet that is included with the set, as well as pictures of the 9 individual discs. The complete saga of Blu-ray discs, as well as the individual original and prequel trilogies, are available to pre-order on most internet retailers, including Amazon.com, where we encourage you to use the link on the front page of the This Week in Star Wars website. According to comicbookmovie.com, Star Wars franchise will be returning to the small screen this September in a somewhat unexpected format, a made-for-television Lego Star Wars movie. Absolutely no details were provided, and the entire basis for this report was a promo poster available at the Licensing Expo 2011. No doubt more details will surface in the near future, and we will relay them to you as they become available. Lastly this week, Thursday will be Comic-Con's Star Wars Day at this year's event, and today they made available the schedule of events for that day. Highlights include a Connect Star Wars panel to discuss the upcoming Xbox 360 game, preview panels for both Clone Wars Season 4 and the Old Republic video game, a panel on women in sci-fi, which will be hosted by Ashley Eckstein, Ahsoka Tano from the Clone Wars, and the evening will be capped off with the Star Wars Fan Movie Awards. Do you ever worry that Star Wars is going to become Star Trek, specifically the tired, overexposed Star Trek of about 10 years ago? Well, I've always thought Lucasfilm had it under control, and then I heard about this Lego Star Wars show, which joins the Clone Wars, the original movies on TV, the original movies on Blu-ray, the original movies in 3D, the Seth Green show, and the eventual live-action show. Star Trek burnt people out, on the other hand, with just 4 shows over a 15-year span. Then you add to that the fact that you can get a Star Wars logo on almost any product you need to buy, and you have to wonder at what point is too much too much. But that same question could have been asked in 1999 or 2005. And okay, maybe it was too much in 99, but we've been going on quite a tear for the last 7 years now with no end in sight. Lucasfilm seems to be taking the attitude of get it while you can, and bear in mind the bubble did burst once before in '85, so they may see some validity in this approach. Maybe in today's media climate you have to constantly be shouting at people to keep their attention. But Jesus, there's a lot of stuff out there. And that was This Week in Star Wars. Join us again next week for more news, notes, and developments from the galaxy far, far away. Visit our website, www.thisweekinstarwars.com, or if you're in a hurry, www.twisw.com. There you can find past episodes, links to some of the stories we discussed, as well as photo galleries and other interesting Star Wars-related tidbits. You can also find links to the other realms of the This Week in Star Wars media empire, including our breaking news Twitter feed, our Facebook page, as well as links to email addresses where you can contact the show. If you have questions or comments or news suggestions, we encourage you to contact us at host@thisweekinstarwars.com. Help us grow the community. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a positive review at iTunes. You've been listening to This Week in Star Wars. We troll the web so you don't have to.
This Week in Star Wars is not affiliated with Lucasfilm, its subsidiaries, or any other entity mentioned in this podcast. Star Wars, its characters, and creations are the property of Lucasfilm. All other trademarks are property of their respective trademark owners. This Week in Star Wars is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. This podcast is copyright 2010 This Week in Star Wars. Invaluable technical assistance provided by WebStorm Interactive. News, comments, and questions can be directed to host@thisweekinstarwars.com. More information, links to stories presented, past episodes, and additional contact information are available at www.thisweekinstarwars.com.
Jesus, am I speaking Chinese?